Greetings. Pause for a moment with me. Feel that. The constant noise, the endless stream of information, opinions, anxieties, advice. The world screams at you from every screen, offering 1,000 paths to happiness, success, enlightenment. Buy this, think that, be this way. We live under the illusion that by having access to all the world's information, we have access to wisdom. But more often than not, all we have is more noise. In this noise, we begin to search for a guide, a guru, a mentor, a savior, someone who will take us by the hand, give us a clear map, and show us where to go. But what if I told you that the best maps are already lying at your feet? That the wisest teachers are not hiding in distant monasteries or at expensive seminars, but are walking beside you every single day? We, as Stoics, do not look for external saviors. We learn to find wisdom in the very fabric of life. Today, I want to talk to you about your true teachers, the ones you may have never even noticed, and about how to turn every single day into the most important lesson in the great school of the universe. Any strong building needs a foundation, and our path to wisdom is no exception. Our first, most reliable teachers are those giants of thought on whose shoulders we stand. Marcus Aurelius. Think about it. The most powerful man in the world, the Emperor of Rome, in his campaign tent, amidst wars and political intrigue, writing a journal not for fame, but for himself. He taught himself resilience, reminding himself that the chaos outside could not touch his inner citadel, his mind. He is our teacher of duty and self-reflection. Seneca. One of the wealthiest men in Rome, an advisor to another emperor who constantly wrote about the shortness of time and the futility of excessive wealth. In his essay on the shortness of life, he tells us that it's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. He is our teacher on how to value our only non-renewable resource, time. Epictetus. His story is astounding. He was a slave. His body belonged to another person, but his mind was free. It was he who most clearly articulated the core principle of Stoicism, the dichotomy of control. Imagine you're stuck in a traffic jam. You cannot control the movement of the cars, but you have complete control over your reaction. You can get angry, honk your horn, and ruin your day, or you can turn on some music, listen to an audiobook, or simply breathe calmly. Epictetus, who endured slavery, teaches us that true freedom is found in the space between an event and our response to it. These sages are our foundation. They give us time-tested principles. But remember, reading a book about swimming doesn't make you a swimmer. You have to get in the water. And the real water is our daily life, filled with other people. Every person you meet carries a lesson. The teacher of patience. This is that same driver who cuts you off, the person counting out their change slowly at the register when you're in a hurry. Your colleague who asks the same question for the 10th time. For a moment, try to imagine their day. Maybe that driver is rushing to a sick child. Maybe that colleague is overwhelmed and can't focus. When you replace judgment with curiosity, irritation transforms into a practice of compassion. They are your personal trainers for the muscle of tranquility. The teacher of temperance. This is the person who boasts about their new phone or expensive watch. Unknowingly, they are teaching you about the true value of things. By watching their pursuit of the external, you are reminded that true peace and wealth lie within. The teacher of humility. This is the person who is better than you at something. They are more disciplined, smarter, kinder. The natural reaction is envy, but the wise reaction is gratitude. This person is living proof of what is possible. They are your guide. Instead of envying them, learn from them. Ask for advice. Observe. The teacher of forgiveness. This is the most difficult teacher. This is the person who hurt you, betrayed you, caused you pain. Holding on to a grudge is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. This person gives you the most valuable lesson, the lesson of liberation. Forgiveness is not about excusing their actions. It is about freeing yourself from the shackles of the past. It is an act of wisdom and care for your own peace of mind. When the human world becomes too loud, turn to the silent teachers. The universe speaks to us in the language of nature. The mountain teaches us steadfastness. It stands for millennia, indifferent to the winds and storms that rage at its base. It reminds us of eternity and how trivial our fleeting anxieties are in comparison. The river teaches us flexibility and persistence. It doesn't try to break through the rock with force. It gently flows around it, finding the smallest opening, and continues on its path. And so drop by drop, over centuries, it can wear down the hardest stone. The tree teaches us about roots. The higher it grows, the deeper its roots must go. This is a metaphor for our lives. To withstand life's storms, we must have deep roots, our principles, our values, our self-understanding. And at night, look up at the stars. This silent teacher gives us the most important lesson of all, the lesson of perspective. You, your problem, your grudge, how significant are they on a galactic scale? Looking at the stars doesn't diminish your importance. It puts your problems in their proper place. It cures us of egoism and reminds us that we are part of something incredibly vast and orderly. We have found teachers in books, in people, in nature. But your most important, most demanding, and most honest teacher is you yourself. It's your inner space. Your mistakes, they are not a reason for shame. They are the most valuable data for analysis. Every mistake highlights a weakness, a flawed judgment, or insufficient preparation. Your past is not an anchor. It's a textbook. Your body. It is constantly speaking to you. Pain, illness, fatigue. These are not mere inconveniences. They are signals. And what about voluntary discomfort? A cold shower, an intense workout, giving up your usual sweet coffee. These are all your teachers. They train your willpower. They show you that you can endure more than you think. This is the practice the Stoics called ascesis, the voluntary training of the spirit through the body, your inner dialogue. The most important teacher is your own mind, your ruling faculty, hegemonicon. Throughout the day, thousands of thoughts appear in your head. I'm not good enough. This is unfair. What if something goes wrong? Stoicism teaches us not to be these thoughts, but to be the one who observes them. You are not the voice in your head. You are the one who hears it. And you have the power to decide whether to believe that voice or not. This inner space where you choose your response is the very source of your freedom. So how do we turn this knowledge into a daily practice? The Stoics offered a simple but powerful ritual, the morning preparation. When you wake up, before you reach for your phone, think about the day ahead. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Today I shall meet with people who are meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly." You don't say this to become negative. On the contrary, you are preparing. You decide in advance that if you meet such people, your teachers, you will not let them disturb your peace, but will instead apply your virtues, patience, compassion, understanding. The evening reflection. Before sleep, review your day. Ask yourself, 1. What mistake did I make today? Where did I react impulsively? 2. What did I do well? Where did I manage to demonstrate courage, justice, or temperance? 3. What lesson can I take from this day to become a little better tomorrow? This cycle of preparation and analysis transforms your life from a series of random events into a meaningful journey, a conscious practice. So who are your teachers? They are everywhere. In the whisper of the wind and the roar of the crowd, in the smile of a child and the wrinkles of the old, in the wisdom of books and in your own mistakes. Stop looking for one perfect guru. Become a student to everyone and everything. When you adopt this mindset, life ceases to be a struggle. It becomes a curriculum. Every obstacle is an exercise. Every person is a mirror. Every day is an opportunity. The world isn't happening to you. It's happening for you, for your growth, for the tempering of your spirit. You will never be alone because you are always surrounded by teachers. Open your eyes, open your mind, and continue your journey.